Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I designed two store hour boards for Semicolon Chicago. So first, starting out, I took two canvas panel boards. Of course, I have my palette knife, my brush, and of course I have a pencil because originally I was going to sketch out the design before I painted it. However, I later decided, of course I'm going to show you the design that I originally sketched out, but later I decided that I didn't quite like the design. Plus, with the background, it just wouldn't really work anyway because I had to paint the background first. So I'm just going to show you how I quickly painted the background. I did like a really abstract, colorful design, one that I felt suited the store aesthetic. And I'm just going to show you how I painted out both designs. So after the background dried, I decided I kind of wanted to give the background a little bit more character. So I took a brush that was a little bit finer than the brush that I painted the background with, and I took some white paint and I painted some abstract lines. Not quite abstract, they kind of look like, squares, straight lines, really horizontal, vertical type little setup. So I just took that, and I quickly painted some white lines on top just to kind of, elevate it a little bit. I did different design for each panel. For this one, it's just straight up and down. And then for my next board, I just did, perpendicular, like diagonal lines. Some of them are thicker, some of them are thinner. I just thought it would make it more interesting, for the background, just to make it a little bit more fun. After I painted those lines, I decided I kind of want to step it up just a little bit more. And initially I wanted to do like a gradient on top of the white. I don't know if you guys remember from my previous video series that I did, you have to do white underneath in order for the color on top to stand out more. So I did the white, and I thought it would be a good idea to kind of do a gradient on top. But then I said, after I did one, I said it kind of looks better with just like one line in color. So I did that. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Well, like one or two. As you can see, I did like two. The other one, I think I did just one. But anywho, I thought it would look nice. It kind of gave it, again, even more character. It made it look interesting, something further to look into. I just thought it was cute, and that's the background. So today, after looking at the painting and seeing those white lines, again, initially I kind of wanted to paint over it. Anyway, I was thinking about it. But once I considered what exactly I was doing, like this is going to be for store hours, eventually I'm going to have to write on top of all of this. I thought the white lines stood out a little bit too much. If it was its own painting, it would look nice with the white lines. But because I don't want the background to be the foreground, I decided to paint over those lines and make them black. As you can see now, all those lines that were once white, they're now black, except for the ones with the gradient. And now, after they're all done and dry, there's the, vertical and horizontal lines. And then next I have the diagonal lines. After these were all dry, next I decided I would go ahead and start to paint on the letters. Now I'm just going to paint on the letters. I'm going to start off with black because black is going to be the background. It's also going to help me kind of map out where the letters are going to be. Of course, it's all paint. I can't erase it, but I kind of knew where I wanted the placement of things to go anyway, so I just decided to just do black. And then on top of this, I'm going to do white because, again, I want the letters to really stand out, and I want the black to kind of act as a shadow. So I did the letters. Underneath, I did like a bar, because from a design standpoint, I didn't want it to be flat and just, plain, just letters on top of a painting. I kind of wanted to have, more depth to it. So I painted out some blocks, and then, as you also saw, I kind of painted some dots to map out where exactly I would paint the store hours. So like I said, I was going to do white on top of the black. You're watching me do that now. I really like the way the black looks underneath the white. It kind of looks like a shadow, which is nice. It gives it, get more depth. kind of like a 3D kind of effect. That's kind of like a nice technique you can use if you want to make your painting stand out a little bit more, especially with letters and like there's something on top of something else. It's always good to add a shadow. So right now you're just going to watch me paint the white on top of the black. Here's the finished product. I think it looks pretty nice. I thought I would stop right here, but I decided I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I kind of took it a step further. So here I am at Semicolon Bookstore, and I'm pretty much going to show you guys what I did to step it up a little bit. So I have a Sharpie here, and I'm not going to use paint. I'm going to use my Sharpie, and I'm just going to write in some letters. I really don't have a brush. I didn't have a brush with me that was small enough to paint the letters as finely and as detailed as I wanted it to look. So, you know, that's one thing you can always do. So, Sharpies work really well with paint. You can always use Sharpies to kind of write in letters. So I'm just going to write in, you know, the rest of the text, you know, make it look kind of nice. I kind of did some bubble letters at the bottom, plain text at the top. I'm just going to pretty much break down a little montage of how I went ahead and, you know, drew in those letters. Also how I kind of outlined them. I drew them in and I kind of outlined them again to kind of make the border a little bit thicker. So now that that part is done, I'm going to show you how it turned out. I'm kind of satisfied with it, kind of not. I thought the top part looked pretty good. The bubble letters, yeah, it's okay. It's kind of inconsistent with the thickness, but you know, you can always do things to fix that up. I'm going to show you how I did that in a few seconds. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and paint in those blocks for the time slots, because you know it is for store hours. So I have my black paint with me, and I have a brush. And I'm pretty much going to do what I did before. I'm going to use those little dots as guidelines for where I paint the blocks. And I'm just going to start to paint them on in. So once I painted in those blocks, I just took my Sharpie and I kind of mapped out where I wanted the letters to be again. Then I took my white paint, went on top. The Sharpie kind of acted as a shadow, more so a map than a shadow. I'm going to go back and reinforce the shadow later. But, you know, I just did the white paint on top of the black Sharpie. I did it on both boards. Then later, I kind of took some more Sharpies, more colors, and I kind of laid those out to see where I wanted the colors to be placed. Then I took the Sharpies and I just colored in some letters, made it look real cute. Then I went on top of the title, kind of, you know, added some colors in there too to give the white a little bit more depth. Thought it was pretty nice. Did that, then I painted in the times, and basically I was done. It was pretty simple. I thought it turned out really nice. I'm pretty happy with the outcome. Danny, the owner, she's pretty happy as well. So this is the finished product. So this is it. I hope you guys liked it. I really enjoyed doing this little project. So thanks for watching.